The theme, uprooting injustice, evokes powerful imagery. To uproot something is to rip it out in order that it may not grow back or advance any further. It is intriguing that such a violent image is used to describe the process of ridding the world of injustice, when considering that injustice is necessarily marked by violence. After traveling to El Salvador this summer as a part of the ISN delegation, it became evident to me that the imagery of uprooting injustice is necessary to illustrate what is required to promote social justice. When you go to the chapel and stand on the spot where Archbishop Romero was murdered, it is clear that Romero had an unobstructed view of his killer before he was shot. Which means that Romero had the opportunity to hide behind the altar and to potentially save his own life. And in doing so, remove himself from the reality of the poor and the oppressed. Instead, he willingly entered into the broken reality of the marginalized, choosing to stand and fight by their side to the point of death. The martyrs also chose to enter into this same realness. I learned while I was in El Salvador that the night of the Uca massacre, Ellacuría asked his community to stay with him despite rumors of the attack. Devastatingly, those rumors became reality. Some might say that Ellacuría's choice to stay in spite of the rumors was irresponsible or even arrogant. But when that choice is understood within the context of the UCA's mission, which is to use its social position and the resources to side with the poor, the choice to stay was deeply profound. The martyrs and Romero understood that living a preferential option for the poor means entering into the reality of the oppressed, and in turn accepting the consequences of living lives committed to social justice. As John Sobrino, a member of the martyred Jesuits community, said to our delegation this summer, a martyr is someone whose life has been taken because they took responsibility for the poor. Romero, the martyrs, and so many others serve as advocates for the oppressed. They have modeled their commitment to the poor by acknowledging the structural violence that exists in our society and rightfully choosing to aid in uprooting those iniquities. Living a preferential option for the poor requires an openness to enter into kinship with the poor, allowing their lives and their struggles to empower our own commitment to challenging those that create and promote the structures that suppress the poor. As members of the Ignatian family, we have the opportunity to do this together, to encourage and support one another, to challenge the structures and individuals which create injustice, understanding that together we will experience our own forms of violence in solidarity with the oppressed and persecuted. The sacrifice of Romero and the martyrs provides hope. A hope that the violence inflicted on these men and women due to their commitment to living a preferential option for the poor does not win out. A hope that the commitment to love, to serve compassionately, and to promote justice is ultimately and will always be victorious. This teach-in, the fact that there are 1,500 plus people here that have come together from all over the United States is evidence of that victory. The conscientioused, empowered, loving people of El Salvador are evidence of that same victory. This teach-in presents an opportunity to come together to explore how we can enter into and endure the process of uprooting injustice together. The spirit of the martyrs encourages us to enter into the reality of the poor and to hold those responsible for oppression accountable. When we engage in the process of uprooting injustice, we impede its continued growth, and extra space is created. It is in this space that truth is sown, transformation is witnessed, and ultimately where we build the kingdom of God here on earth.